How's it going, people, and welcome back to Bleed Blue, your home of everything Chelsea. I hope you guys are doing well today. I really do hope that. I was going to put out a Chelsea news video last night, but I was like, you know what, not much has really happened, or should I say I was going to put one out yesterday, but at night I was like, you know what, I'll just wait. I'll get a video out tomorrow morning, see what's happened overnight in the evening, and we've got a bit to talk about. So we've got an injury update on Cole Palmer. Will he be fit for the Tottenham game? A bit on Nico Williams, his name coming up in the conversations again. David Ornstein gave us the latest on just some Chelsea business, the striker, a couple names, and we've got the latest on the Chelsea stadium. Will we be moving to Earl's Court? Will we stay at Stamford Bridge? That is all getting talked about, and if we stay at Stamford Bridge, could be 7 years we'd be playing away at a stadium like Wembley. Like any other stadiums, we'd go and ground share. So it's a bit of a madness, but make sure you stay tuned for that. And before we dive into the video, just quickly, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with the latest. It really helps me out. I'd be much appreciative. I think I'm going to be rebranding this channel soon, so just keep an eye out for that. If you want to, if you find yourself coming back to the videos, make sure to maybe even get in the comments if you want to. So, without further ado, let's dive straight in. Here's the latest on Cole Palmer and his injury. Cole Palmer is in a race against time to be fit for the Tottenham match. He has not trained yet, and it is unclear when he will be able to do so. That's from Kieran Gill. Very interesting. Cole Palmer, it's not like he's been out for a long period of time. Didn't go away with England, had the 2 scans, they came back all clear, but still not trained yet. Now, he's got a week yesterday. We're playing on Thursday, so he's got a week to get fit for this game. I know this is going to come back to bite me in the ass, but Tottenham are dogs. We own Tottenham. It should be 3 points, and seeing how bad Tottenham are, do we really have any excuse, Cole Palmer, or not? Not really. We should have the likes of Nicholas Jackson back and Noni Madueke as well, but I think it's always a positive to have Cole Palmer, and I think if Cole Palmer is out for any longer than this Tottenham game, that's when we definitely start to worry, because you see how much we miss him. Even though his form's not all the way up here, you still see in that Arsenal game how much we just miss his creativity at all. We have nothing when we don't have Cole Palmer, so we are going to have Nicholas Jackson back, Noni Madueke. Hopefully we can have all 3, Palmer, Jackson, Madueke, all back for that Tottenham game. But I will keep you guys updated, and we'll just have to wait and see what else comes out. So Cole Palmer, you've got 6 days. Get yourself in training, mate, and let's smash Tottenham. Now, moving on to Nico Williams, a player we looked at. Was it last summer we looked at him? So here's the update and the latest. Nico Williams is the dream wing target for top clubs like Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern, and let's see what happens with Barcelona. More than 1 year ago, Chelsea wanted Nico Williams. For sure, they will add one more winger this summer window. You have to convince Nico that's the main factor for these clubs. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Now, Nico Williams is such a good player. I think he would definitely come into Chelsea and do well, but like he says, a lot of big clubs are in for him. We already have a lot of wingers. How easy is it going to be to convince Nico Williams to come to the club? Another thing is definitely the wages. He's on £168,000 a week. That's about 8.7 million. You know what? I'll go and double check. Yeah, 8.7 million annual. That's his base, and it's 168,000 per week, so that already makes him about the 7th highest earner at Chelsea Football Club, and no doubt he's going to have big money offers from Arsenal, Bayern. You know, we have the wage structure which could definitely hinder our move for Nico Williams. We will have to wait and see if we're going to go above our wage structure, because I feel like Arsenal and Bayern, they'd put big money out on the table, and him already being our 7th highest earner on the wages he is now, by the way, 168, I was about to say million, £186,000 a week. So it's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on. I think he'll want upwards of 200,000. So it's just up to Chelsea. Will we want to pay that much money? Will we be willing to? But also, if there's other teams interested, like Arsenal and Bayern, it's definitely going to be a tough one to pull off. But I think Nico Williams is such a great player. Definitely fits the model for being young, elite. We'll just have to keep an eye on that. So that's the news on Nico Williams. I will keep you guys up to date like everything. If we hear more, let me know what you think about him in the comments. So we'll touch on the striker, and then we will finish off on a bit about Stamford Bridge as well. So take a look at this. This is from David Ornstein. From what we hear, Chelsea have been working really hard behind the scenes to secure deals ahead of the window opening. I'd expect a starting winger to arrive in the light of Mudryk uncertainty and maybe also a younger one for the future, so 2 wingers. Chelsea have options like Delap and Sesko up front, but it's not clear yet who they are going to go for, from David Ornstein. Even just hearing Sesko and Delap, like, Chelsea, we should be going for the Osimhen's, even Isak. That's the kind of caliber of striker we need. A proven player with experience. Delap, Ipswich, just promoted from the Championship. Sure, he'll be easy enough to bring in, worked with Maresca. We've got a lot of City Academy boys, and his wages won't be that much either, so it won't be a hard deal to pull off. But in the terms of, this is Chelsea, we need a proper fucking striker. We need an Isak, Gyökeres, Osimhen, an elite proven striker to come in, because you see how much we missed our box presence in that Arsenal game. You see how mad it is we lack a clinical striker when Nicholas Jackson's out. It's clear as day what this football club need, and Benjamin Sesko and Liam Delap, are they offering us what we really need? This squad is crying out for experience, a proven goal scorer, someone ruthless in front of goal, a killer. Do Delap or Sesko give that? Delap maybe, but then again you think for the future he could's the key word. Sesko could be the best striker, Delap could be an elite level striker, but these players, Isak, Osimhen, Isak, Osimhen, Gyökeres, they are ready. You know what you're getting with them. Unlike Delap and Sesko, who are maybe, they could. That's not what we need. We already have players like that. Jackson, he's proven to be a good bit of business, but is he the elite level striker Chelsea need? Now, me personally, I really like Nicholas Jackson. I think what he offers to the team is good with his ball retention. Under Enzo Maresca, he can take the ball, spin. You see, that makes us so dynamic on the counter-attack, having a player like Nico Jackson, but you definitely saw when Jackson was playing, as much as maybe non-goals wise he was good, in front of goal he's still not that clinical yet. We just need someone that will come in and kill. Someone that will come in and bang goals no matter what. If the team's good, if the team's bad. That is what we need. Do Delap and Sesko give you that? Right now, maybe not. In a couple years, maybe yes. But then again, that's what the whole model is. It's for the future. So we'll just have to keep an eye out. The summer is fast approaching now, so not too long. And if we're here and we want to get deals done before the window opening, we could have more news on a striker in the very near future. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Hopefully we go for Osimhen or Gyökeres. I've said Isak. I don't think that's the most realistic. Osimhen, we know his wages were a factor in the deal not going through. He wanted more money than Chelsea were willing to give him last summer. John Obi Mikel is trying to broker that deal, so still could happen. Gyökeres, I think, would be the ideal one, but he's 26. Is he too old? He's not a teenager, so we'll just have to keep an eye out on that, but I will make sure with everything, I keep saying it, that I will give you guys the latest on anything that comes out. So this is the next bit on the stadium. Now this is very interesting news. Take a look at this. Exclusive. Clearlake is not opposed to Earl's Court, but wants to be sure a deal makes financial and logistical sense and will stand the test of time. Clearlake shares the view that any stadium must be capable of hosting international football tournaments like the World Cup, the Euros, other sports and non-sporting events. Todd Bowley has hinted at a multi-use stadium capable of generating income for the club by hosting other sports and concerts, from The Guardian. So almost like the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We know how good that stadium is for revenue, bringing in money, but they also host NFL and concerts there, so it's definitely good money-wise, but could you build that at Stamford Bridge? And a bit of news I'm going to show you in a minute. It's all gonna make it a lot more interesting. Take a look. Exclusive. Figures familiar with the issue believe Chelsea moving to Earl's Court is the most realistic solution for the club. There's no other site available in West London, and redeveloping Stamford Bridge is feasible but challenging. Not least because the ground is next to a railway line. A stand-by-stand rebuild is unattractive, and a complete demolition would come with the drawback of Chelsea having to play at a temporary home, most likely Wembley, for up to 7 years. But Chelsea have not ruled out redeveloping Stamford Bridge and made space for such project after purchasing the 1.2-acre site next to Stamford Bridge from Stoles, a housing charity for veterans. We know about all that. That came out a few months ago now. That I think it was Stowe Mansions that we've bought. So we're going to have more land site, but 7 years it could take with a complete demolition of Stamford Bridge. Redeveloping might take a bit less time, but it's all a bit of a sticky situation. Like it said on the bit of news, Earl's Court is really the only site in West London. It's not like in West London you have acres of fields that you can just put a stadium wherever you want. This is near enough central. I'm not from London myself, so don't get me wrong, I don't know everything about London, but I'm smart enough to know that there's not going to be spaces you can put these kind of stadiums that they're talking about that can host concerts, NFL, football, that want to be pushing 60,000, 70,000 if it's possible, which it doesn't look like it is unless Earl's Court becomes somewhere we can relocate to. But still, that is it looking the most likeliest? I've said it. You've probably seen other YouTubers saying that there's already planning positions for Earl's Court, so it's definitely going to be a tricky one. But as much as everyone wants to stay at Stamford Bridge, is it realistic? Unfortunately, I think the answer is no. So we'll keep an eye out for any more news on that. One more thing I want to say on the stadium quickly is, do we trust these owners to build a new stadium? Do we trust them not to fuck it up? I'll leave that down to you guys in the comments below. I think we'll quickly touch on a bit of news about Jadon Sancho before we wrap up today. So take a look at this. Jadon Sancho has the opportunity to make a big impact in the final games. Otherwise, Chelsea could change their minds and send him back to Manchester United, up to Sancho's performances. Sancho understands his performances haven't hit the levels of the start of the season, so now it's up to him to change it and perform big in these last few games. So Jadon Sancho, another very interesting one, we know could be sent back to United. It's a bit mad that we're saying if you're shit, you're going back to United. After all the stuff he said, commenting freedom, I think Jadon Sancho is a good player, and there's definitely a good player in there. But think of the likes next season. If we're looking to bring in one, I think, winger that will come in and start, and then if they're saying another one for the future, is Jadon Sancho going to want to play second fiddle and a rotational winger? I'll leave that, guys, up. Jeez, oh my English. I will leave that up to you guys. What do you guys think about Jadon Sancho, the situation? Should we send him back to Manchester United? We know it's 5 million to ship him back to Old Trafford. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if any further news comes up today, I will be sure to get a video up. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And just so you know, this channel will be getting better and better. That is my promise. I'm trying to get better every video. So make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on the post notifications bell. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys do take care and have a good rest of your day. See you later. Bye bye.